My jealous stepsister framed me for plagiarism, so I made their worst nightmare reality. My stepsister decided to go to the same university as me, and it was terrible. She was constantly throwing parties that would keep me up all night, and she decided to take all of the same classes that I did. Recently we got grouped in a project, and when I tried to reach out to her to work together, she told me to come to her room. It was absolutely terrible in her dorm. Random substances were just scattered around, and random red beer cups cracked under my feet after every step. When I saw her, she was just lying on her bed scrolling through TikTok. I asked her if she was ready to start the project. To which she replied, "You can do it by yourself, I don't feel like helping out." I was honestly expecting this anyway, so as I was leaving her dorm she told me something I wasn't expecting. She said that she was going to make sure I didn't get Dad's company. At the time I didn't think much of it, but lately I've been called to the dean's office a lot for apparently cheating on my tests. I already knew my sister was up to her usual antics. Afterwards I confronted her about it, and she just reminded me that she was going to be the one to take over Dad's company, and that I wouldn't be the one to get it. I went no contact with her, and I tried to avoid her as much as possible. Especially considering our final for our engineering project was very long thesis paper. Every day I would spend my days in the library typing up and crafting my beautiful paper. Countless restless hours and sleepless nights were spent making this paper the most logically consistent and well-crafted essay. I literally poured my heart and soul out onto this essay, anxiously awaiting the day that I would receive my grade for this assignment. I did all of that only to be given a fail with a "come talk to me about it" note from my professor. I put on some clothes and darted out of my dorm to see my professor. I was trying to think of any possible reason that I didn't get an astounding score. But I certainly didn't expect what my professor would tell me about. I was so dumbfounded by my sister's actions that made me fail the test. My professor and dean were waiting for me inside of his office, and for some reason my sister was also there, although it wasn't my proudest moment, but I immediately started questioning my professor on the validity of his grading. The dean and everyone in that room just let me go on a rant, before finally my professor told me that I was given a fail because I took the concepts and ideas from my sister's paper. I was absolutely stunned to say the least, but I stopped for a moment and asked for an explanation. The dean simply said that plagiarism was a serious issue and that I would face disciplinary action consequences as decided by the board, but most likely was that I would be expelled. I couldn't believe what was going to happen next.